This is a quick demo to show a best practice for saving, whether it's SharePoint or anything. This can apply to most situations, but specifically and most importantly when dealing with collaborative SharePoint documents, it's important to use the Save As feature. I just want to demonstrate, this is a version 3 document that I'm looking at here in this demo library. I'm going to go ahead and open it and make a few changes to it. By default, when you have a stable internet connection and you open a document from SharePoint, it will typically know where you originally opened the document from and save it directly back to SharePoint. But should you lose the internet connection for some reason, or should you have your save settings modified for some reason, that might not be the case. And so it's a best practice to always check. I check in everything I do, including downloading files from the internet. When I have a download manager running and I have the option to save or save as, I always do save as. It doesn't matter what it is. If I'm saving a document, if I'm saving to SharePoint or locally, it's just always been a best practice of mine to save as, and that should be a company best practice going forward so that we can ensure we don't lose changes made to important documents. So in this case, I'm just going to make a couple of simple changes here. I'm just going to remove the word integration and just add a little test text here, just so we have enough changes. A lot of people tend to just hit the save button up at the top. That's the standard process most people follow. There's really nothing wrong with that. However, there's absolutely no way to verify that it's saved. You might get a little timer glass or something that indicates that maybe it's doing something, but you really don't know that it's saved. Hopefully you have your auto save feature set to about 5 or 10 minutes so that you're getting auto saves in case the file should unexpectedly close. But now that I'm ready to save, I'm going to go ahead and hit File and click Save As. Now because this is a SharePoint document, it's probably going to take a second to load the save file because it's going to pull from SharePoint. As you can see here, it's navigating our SharePoint pages as if they're Windows files in this Windows Explorer view. And it's automatically saying, hey, do you want to save this file to its original location? And because versioning is turned on, I don't need to rename it. I can simply hit save and it's going to save a new version over the existing third version, and it will retain the version history of the previous versions and just lay mine on top. That's what I want to do in this case. If for some reason I wanted to save this to a different location, now is the time that I could do that. I could navigate through the portal or to my desktop. And the same thing goes vice versa. If I was actually modifying a desktop document or a local copy from an email and I wanted to save to SharePoint, that's always an option too. You can navigate to that using some of the shortcuts that might be set up on your computer, or you can always come up to the Windows Explorer window here and type in the familiar URL for SharePoint, extranet.netnetweb.com, and it'll allow you to browse the folders of the sites as if it's Windows Explorer folders, and you can navigate to where you want it and save it. So just a best practice, always do Save As. I'm going to demonstrate this here. It's asking me, does it already exist? Do I want to replace it? Absolutely, because I'm just doing a new version. It's going to take a second while it uploads to the server. You can see that's processing down here, another visual that's happening. And my final visual is when I close out of the document and give this site a second to refresh, I can immediately see that this document has updated to version 4, edited by me at this exact time. And as a side note, this kind of ties into another demo available on the YouTube channel. If you want to check out that, it's related to the control of sending links to these documents, and so that when we share these documents, people have the ability to do what we just did, see where it's saved, save it to this location, and view their versions. In order to do that, it's important that we send links to the library and not to the document. So if you have time, take a minute and check out that demo as well.